Welcome to the place that'll help you increase the amount of knowledge within your head. Subscribe to the Ranveer Show Clips. How has your retained semen brought you to this point?
Well, I think, I describe my life into two parts. One is a life before 17 and the other is a life after 17. Before 17, I describe my life with the three A's, which is arrogance, attitude, and anger. I think as a 6-year-old child, my only aim was to play cricket for the country and win the World Cup as well. So when I was 6, I was super hyper as a child. So my parents thought that putting me into a yoga class will help me balance and focus better, both as an individual and in my game. And I saw a lot of difference in my game for sure. So time went on, life went by, started doing a lot of yoga, the physical aspects of yoga, which is what people think yoga is today. Surya Namaskar meditation, I'm too old, I'm too young to do that, and it's only for women, etc. But when I was 17, my dad took up this yoga class, which he couldn't complete. He paid a lot of money. He said, Sarvesh, you know what, I've paid a lot of money. Just 7-8 sessions left. Just take the class and get done with it. So I was like, okay, fine. Let's not waste money, and went into the class. This guy who was sitting in front of me had long hair, long beard, orange clothes. And I was thinking, okay, he's another godman going to tell me to fall at his feet. He'll show me a halo of lighter on my head and all of that. I was very intrigued as a child about enlightenment and consciousness.
As a child?
As a 17-year-old, whether you want to call it a child or a teen. But I was always intrigued about intuition. I wanted to see the future, but very selfish, because I thought if I opened my third eye, I'll play for the country faster. Cricket. It was very selfish in nature. When I spoke to my teacher about it, the first thing he told me was, Sarvesh, if you ever think I can enlighten you, you are a fool and I'm a bigger fool. That kind of hit me quite hard. I'm like, wow, this guy's being really honest. I really like him. I want to kind of, understand more, learn more about what he's going to be saying, trying to say, etc. Went to my dad and I said, Dad, really, you know what? I want to continue his classes. Can I? He said, of course, it's a good thing. Please continue. That's how my yoga journey started. After about 30-45 days of classes, after doing the typical what people think yoga is today, I started doing a lot of sadhanas. Sadhanas in Sanskrit means discipline.
Okay.
So I did a lot of 10, 11, 21 and 40 day sadhanas. For example, you say, I'm going to go on a keto for 21 days, right? You actually follow it. Or you say, I'm not going to do this for 40 days. Or I am going to do this for 10, 11, 21, 40, whatever that is. So I started doing a lot of 10, 11, 21 and 40 day sadhanas. So I've gone silent for 40 days. I used to meditate for 9 hours a day. I've done Vipassana when I was really young. And I've done a bunch of sadhanas. I've not touched people, namaste, not really. Be very, very mindful of whatever I was doing, trying to do, going to do in my game, in my social life, etc. One fine day, my teacher came and told me, Sarvesh, you're doing great. I'm going to be giving you 5 precepts in life. I said, great. Tell me, what are these 5 precepts? He said, tell me first, will you follow it? I said, I will follow it. No problem. He said, remember, Sarvesh, in yoga, sankalp ke upar koi vikalp nahi. I said, mere ko Hindi nahi aata hai. What does that mean? He said, which means in yoga, if you commit, it's a commitment. Like no going against your words.
But what happens if you fulfill that commitment? Like, why would you take up those 5 precepts?
So I before I told him that, yes, I'll take it up, I had done a lot of 10, 11, 21, 40 days. And every time I did it and completed it, I always got one step ahead in my life in different aspects.
Okay.
Whether it is professionally in my game, where in a year when I thought I'll get dropped from possibly one of the best college teams in the country, I became the captain of the team.
Crazy.
So it was amazing, right? So I said, great. I said, what are these 5 precepts? He said the first one was no intoxication, which is no alcohol, no smoking, no non-veg. Alcohol and smoking was easy because I'd never done it until then. And continuing that was very easy. Meat, I'm a Mallu, so I don't have to talk much how Mallus eat meat. I said, okay, fine, okay, great. Second one was non-violence. Non-violence through actions, thoughts and words. Once a wise man said that a deed is done when the thought is planted. I don't remember genuinely the last time I even killed a mosquito. Third one was no mental and physical stealing. Physical stealing is you physically steal stuff. Mental stealing is, oh, Ranveer has a nice watch, I'd like to have it. I can aspire to do whatever I want to. Buy a car, buy a house, fly in a plane, go for a holiday, that's fine. But not mentally steal stuff from people or whatever. Fourth one was no lying. I can't even white lie. If I'm late because I overslept, I'm late because I overslept, not because there was traffic on the road. Fifth one was by far the most difficult because of two reasons. One, because of my age. Two, because of the accessibility I had, which was celibacy.
Which is celibacy? Could you break it down?
Celibacy is, so when I asked my teacher what celibacy meant, he said, Sarvesh, no sex. So I said, okay. I mean, until 18, I've never had sex. So it was easy for me to kind of continue thinking it's going to be for 40 days. So I rhetorically told my teacher, Ki Guruji, I started calling him Guruji. Guruji in Sanskrit, Guru means one who brings you from darkness to light. So I said, Guruji, kar denge? 40 din ke liye kar denge? He said, Sarvesh, not 40 days, 7 years. I'm like, oh, wait. I mean, 7 saal meaning 7 years. He said, yeah. I said, but Guruji, ye mera prime time hai na? If not to do all of the 5 things, but clearly a couple of them.
Yeah.
So he said, Sarvesh, it is your prime time, but to focus on yourself, to build inner strength, inner growth. But it's your choice. I said, no, Guruji, I've told you, yes, I'll do it. And then after a couple of days, he started saying celibacy means no getting physical, no fap, no ensuring, you don't ejaculate, etc., no masturbation.
No ejaculation at all.
No ejaculation at all, no masturbation at all. So I'm like, whoa. I'm like, okay, fine, Guruji, but I've promised you what I promised you. But anyways, so for the first 1.5 years, I was purely doing everything to prove him wrong. The 5 things, which is celibacy, no sex, etc. After 1.5 years, after when I was 19.5, I think it became a way of life. I'm 27 now. I have not broken any of the 5 things.
Crazy. So you started when you were 19?
18.
18. And you had to stop actually 2 years back at 25. But
Yes,
taken
I
it beyond.
continue. Yeah.